guys. What's going on? I slept in this morning and I slept so good, and then I waited for my daughter to go to the airport, and that's why I'm late this morning. And I said, hey, yeah. Anyhow, I waited for my kids to leave. Tana was home for the weekend, and her friend, she brought her roommate with her, and her boyfriend was over. So I sat and, do you like that montage, Tammy? No, I didn't get kicked off of TikTok. I'm on it right now. Not yet anyway. Better late. So I just they got up and I sat and chatted with them and ate breakfast with them, and now I'm here. So they just left. Justin volunteered to bring them to the airport for me, so that was nice. I almost thought about not coming on today because I was up late with the kids. I can tell you it was the best night. The girls got home about 9 o'clock last night, so they spent the day with Jennifer. They went out to dinner and they just hung out with Jennifer, and then they got home at 9 o'clock, and then they were in my room. I had upstairs. So I had Hannah, had a roommate Alex, and Andrew and Coco all on my bed. And why are we watching this? I'm not that bored. Sorry. Huh? They said that makes no sense. Anywho, so we chatted till like 12 a.m. So the whole gang, it was really fun. You guys, hi Bertha. It was a really good night. So this mom got to bed late, and I'm tired, but it was a great time. Let me also start exercising. Let's do it. Yes, it's not freezing like y'all are. You notice I don't have a jacket on today, so it's not as cold as it's been. What's the time in your region? It is 10:30 almost. Yeah, we're lucky so far. Today's not bad, which has been nice, a nice little break. So sorry to those of you who are freezing and snowed in. Yes, it was a full bed. I wish I'd gotten video of it, just because, as a mom, it makes me happy. It makes me happy that my kids, want to be with me. Their friends love me. My son loves me. And, that makes my heart happy. You're too hot for Dan. He would say he was too hot for me. Just saying. It's morning here. Sent me pics. I know my aunt I saw my aunt's post on TikTok. No. We are good. Do you guys ever just ignore Ed's questions? Yes. Yes, Susan. Why, yes, we do. Yesterday was a shit show of a day. Yesterday was so bad, Susan. Between Dan and I, we were losing our minds. We were losing our ever-loving minds because he was highly agitated. Bill was on his mind. And you get tired, You get tired of answering the same shit, especially when it's like worse, And he's just resetting. It's just so quick because of the agitation. And so, yes, we ignore. We walk away. I think I spent, thank you, Kathy. I think I spent probably an hour while he was eating, because when I'm not on a live, I hang out with him while he's eating. This mean, horrible woman sits with him, not at the table, but I'm in the kitchen with him for the most part, going nuts because of the eating. However, I stay with him and I do my shit. He was just resetting. And every time he would look up, I just went like this. Nope. 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 So, yes, I do that. I do that. And it's okay to do that because you do lose your ever-loving mind. Last night, between Dan, like I said, and myself, we were both done. We just couldn't do it anymore. So, nope. Nope. So, yes. Yes, we do. And it is quite okay. Kurt, I'm not great. I hate that accolade. I'm not awesome. I'm barely hanging on most days, but I'm still doing it. But I appreciate it. I don't know. Anybody do anything? Those of you who work, some of you get the day off, I think. Construction does not. My son had to leave for a couple days. He had to go on a job down towards the LA area. So he had to get up at the butt crack of dawn. He had to leave about 4:30 in the morning to get to where he was going. So so I woke up because I heard him get up and get ready. And he always leaves the darn light on. Always leaves the darn light on. So I had to pee anyway, and I turned off the light. But yeah, so he got up. Luckily, I fell back asleep because that was only like 4 hours of sleep so far. And then I woke up almost at 7:30. And I forced myself up to get my videos and stuff going. Anywho, so do I run every day? Yes, I do. It helps me. It balances me out. And I'm addicted to that. Just hanging. Yep. For those of you teachers, I'm sure you appreciate the day off. I'm Wonder Woman. Karen, sometimes I do feel like I am Wonder Woman. Sometimes I sit back and think, how the hell do I do it? I heard y'all getting hit, Lisa, in Nashville. So yes, anywho, nothing much on the agenda today. I walked into my room this morning. I heard Dan up. I like to make the bed. And he was giggling so hard. And I was like, what the hell is he watching? And well, he was watching Ted. Y'all watch Ted? Little to the left. I'm always to the left. So I'm dressing to the left every day. I have no choice about it. Mine doesn't shift. Hey, Canuck woman, Dallas got destroyed. They did. So one of my good friends, they're big Dallas fans. And Dan's told the story on the live about his stories with him and Dwayne. And so last night he kept bugging me and he kept saying, oh shit. Twyla, hopefully you found her because there was an LOL on the end of that. So he kept bugging me last night. Send my condolences to Dwayne. Did you send my condolences to Dwayne? Danielle, have you texted Stephanie yet? Send my condolences to Dwayne. I was like, for the love of Pete! So I texted my friend and I said, Dan has been bugging me to send my condolences to Dwayne. And I told Dan, I said, you gotta watch out. You know, you don't want to put that shit and that arrogance in the universe. Because your Niners have been up and down all over. There's games lately that they have played and it looks like they've never stepped foot on the field. Anywho, I'm like, you're gonna jinx yourself and your team, buddy. So, they went back and forth for a while and texted each other. So, do you have to subscribe? You guys, Wendy, so you're off subs now only. Huh? No. Y'all don't understand. My subscription live is on my other channel. And if you have to subscribe now to watch me, you wouldn't be watching me and able to comment. So basically, I do sub lives on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Today is a Monday. And I'm probably going to go back and forth between these two accounts because eventually I will make one of them solely sub-life, because negative Nancy's, Richards, and the lot are annoying sometimes. So if you are talking and able to write, it doesn't pop up that you can't, guess what? You're here. Goodman, I don't get into that. I don't get into the football talk because honestly, I could give a rat's ass. You have to egg on the Dan man over there. So, yeah. What negative? Yeah. Oh, and YouTube. I got several women who likes to continuously bring up my insecurities about my feminist rants. First of all, I think one day I was joking about me being a feminist. It was a fucking joke, y'all. I'm not cross-contaminating the two. Toot toot. That's what I'm knowing, and that's what I'm showing, is my growth as a woman. Not a feminist, as a woman. As a woman, my growth inside of me. Unlike you three people who were going on and on and on and on, once again, about my BS, my feminist ways, and cross-contaminating them with my insecurities. Women, grow the fuck up. It is really hard to grow as a person when you are stuck in a hole. And those of you with those ugly assumptions and ugly words that you leave on my page, you should learn something from me. You should learn to be realistic. You should learn to be able to keep your eyes open and have empathy. Empathy. Learn to lift others up. Learn to support thy fellow woman. Learn to love it, like it, or don't. And learn to stop leaving your ridiculous judgments, assumptions, and opinions on my page. There is nothing that I'm cross-contaminating. It is you, my fellow women, that are cross-contaminating what I say and what I stand for. So look into yourselves. Like I always say, reflect upon yourself, your thoughts, and what you assume are your personal critique of the ugliness of my platform. It's not a critique. It's straight up ugliness. It's horrendous assumptions, judgments, and hatred. It's bullying. Because y'all like to keep coming on my lives, which you continue to watch, and try to blast my ass open with your opinions and valid critiques of the blasphemy that I am speaking. But yet, you keep coming back to watch it all, just so you could what? Leave your personal critique? That's personal ugliness. That's personal harassment. Because if you keep coming back and spewing the same shit over and over again to get those weak people to jump on your bandwagon, you're doing it for validation. Because if you said what you said, that is it. Leave it there. Move on your way. Now that's kind of a sign of a respectful person. But to keep coming back and to lecture me on my problems, why are you here watching? Why? Reflection is key. And when you reflect and try to say those are your opinions, honest opinions, critiques, the people who live life with their eyes open see what you are. They see what your intentions are, and they see your ugliness. I don't have to agree with you. You are right. And I don't dislike you because of your inability to see the good that I'm trying to spread. What I don't like of you is you feel the need to tell me what a horrible, insecure person I am, and that I don't have to toot my own horn because humility is everything. Well, why are you still watching? Why do you keep coming back? Why do you keep writing the same thing with your big jargon and your big words? Are you trying to show that you're an intelligent person because you use big words? Honey, let me tell you something. It's not hard to do. I can string across a set of words that would blow your fucking socks off. You, my friends, be better. You, my friends, have a choice. You, my friends, keep coming back. You, my friends, keep your negativity flowing. I'll be your punching bag, I guess, but I'm fine. Yeah, this one person, I was gonna throw out handle names, but you know, if you're reading them, you know. I read them to my Zoomies this morning, and I said, can you make sense of this? Do you understand what she's trying to say? I get the point, but she's trying to utilize big dictionary words. You know, shit, you have to go into the dictionary to look up thesaurus, all that shit. And she actually looks like she is incompetent by stringing those words together. Big words don't mean you're smarter. It looks like you're trying a little bit too hard to put a fellow woman down. Just saying. Because I can tell you some of the smartest people don't use shit like that. What are you trying to prove? There's no substance. It's so ridiculous. So basically what I'm reading is this. You could have said that without using and wasting my time and my eyesight. Anyhow. Josie, so what? Not nice. Okay. Do you think you'll end up getting a divorce? I'm not going to even comment to that stupidity. Thanks, Cara. Hi, Bina. So what? Oh, I already read that. Hi, Kate. Good morning. What else did I miss in that rant? That's YouTube. YouTube's getting ugly. I think it's because I'm growing in numbers with all my BS. So they're not happy about it. Do you do the most of the work with Grandpa? You know, every day's different. I saw some woman today really on Dan's ass. Here's the thing about that on TikTok. I'm going to tell you something for the women who are hating on Dan. Don't leave your nastiness on my page about my husband and his laziness and his whatever ways. That's only for me to say. It's not for you to say. Keep those opinions to yourself. I will not support those, nor will I like them. And what I'll end up doing is blocking you for that. That's the way I handle the negativity towards my spouse. As far as what does he do, every day is different. Every day is different. Josie, go find positive somewhere else, because really all you're doing is pissing me off with your negativity, because you're not being positive right now. Think about what you write before you start writing it. The women hate today on the Cheez-Its is horrible. It's horrible. But I support my husband. I support his faults. We're just having fun with it. But I will not see the ugliness that you're going to write towards him. It's not your place, right? It's not your place. It's not your place to call him lazy, you know, good for nothing. I don't like that. It pisses me off. Keep it in your head, but don't write it down. It's just meant to find humor. It is my place, A1. He's my husband. It's fucking my place. So show your fucking ass out of here. Thanks, Dana. So anywho, Another projector, of course. Well, that's not your place. It's my place because he's sharing it with me. A1, you're obviously missing it. Because is he participating with me? Yes. So obviously it's my place because my husband is creating with me. Think about that. It is my place. Mary. Yeah, that's the thing. I can say what I want about him and have fun with him, but everybody else is not. Dan handles my trolls differently. He ignores them. I stand up for Dan because I don't like it. It makes me feel ugly, you know, when you guys rip on him, because that's not what the intent of the video is for. The intent of the video is to make you laugh. It's to normalize the bantering in marriage. It's to normalize the bantering in life. It's to normalize the annoyances we have with each other. That's it. It's not a Team Danielle or Team Dan interlude. It's not something for you to choose a side. That's not what that means. I knew she was a bitch. Look at the way she treats her husband. That's not the intent of that. Do you think my husband has that intent to blast me? No, we find humor in our shit. That's what we do. This is a Team Salinger. Thank you, Mandy. It's a Team Salinger effort. It takes two of us to do what we do. It takes two of us to take care of Grandpa. There is not one person that does something more than the other. Some things that we are better at than the other person. He showers Grandpa. Yes. He takes him for rides. You know, yes. I kind of do the monotonous shit because I'm all over the place. But it doesn't mean one person is better than the other. It means it's a joint union of souls. Yesterday was bad. Dan had no patience yesterday. So it made me step up to the plate. It made me take some deep breaths. And it made me say, okay, girl, get your panties in check because it's all on you. Dan's about ready to lose a gasket. That's caregiving. That's real life. That's what we show. It's simple. It's simple. Do I follow Gretchen? No, Dan does. Pete, I don't have a lot of time to invest in scrolling through TikTok. Literally, I put my videos up. While I wait for them to upload, I might look at some stuff, and then I'm done for the most part. My day does not have the ability to sit and scroll. So no, I don't follow it. I don't follow them. They never came up on my feed, but I know Dan does. Hi, Alicia. So, you know, the most I do is respond to comments, and then that's pretty much it. And then I'm up taking care of the house, the animals, and life as we know it. And that's a team. I don't like it. I don't support it. I do not support the bashing on Dan, and I will not tolerate it. I will just automatically block you because that's not what it's meant for. That is not what it's meant for. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like when people say those things about my husband. It actually pisses me off. And that's what I don't get for the people who talk to Dan through my videos. That's my page. You need to tell your wife sucks. You know, it's just a team. Once again, this is a fucking team. He may read those comments and he may not look at them and give you the time of day because you're idiots and he's not going to support you. Well, technically you have a following because of Grandpa. Technically, I have a following because of my husband. Grandpa has a following because of my husband. So if you want to speak specifics, fact check. Because if I knew, Chapo, what's up? If you really want to get technical about it, no, it's not the same point, bruh. If you want to get technical about it, Dan did put Grandpa up there. Grandpa didn't put himself. There's a big difference. Grandpa gave us fan base. Dan and Grandpa gave me fan base. And then I have also created my own fan base. And I guess that's why you're here, because you like to watch me and listen to me. So welcome to the Toot Toot show of myself. So stop with the fucking I love Dan and Grandpa. Stop with the, Dan's a piece of shit. If I want to say he's a piece of shit, I will say it. But you wouldn't be known if Dan was just recording you guys. Okay. Does that make you feel better about yourself? What are you trying to do? What do you want me to say? I don't respond to idiot comments like that. Well, same thing. Do you think if it was just you and Dan, you would be where you are today? Maybe. Nobody knows when they start this. Fact check. Learn how social media works, right? People who you don't think have the possibility of doing it, do it. Think about it. Stop with your jealousy. Just because we did it, and typically it's a person or two that makes people right, makes people funny. Sometimes it takes two people or a family to get you popular. So fucking what? We did it. Regardless if it was Grandpa Dan or myself or a unit of 3, we still did it. There's no need to be hasty. There's no need to be jealous just because you can't do the same thing. Or have you tried? But yet again, you're here watching. You're here watching. Huh. Interesting. Hi Shane. Happy Monday. Are you working today? It is jealousy because it's the people who probably tried to develop their own accounts in social media hoping to make it big, and they have fallen on their faces, which happens to most people. It happens to most people. Social media success is a luck of the fucking draw. It's a luck of the draw. When Dan started this journey, you think he thought we would be here today? Hell no. It doesn't fucking matter who made us popular. But we're here today because we got lucky. We got lucky, as did everybody else who has made it big. They got lucky at a time when it was necessary. Big fucking deal. Y'all spend too much time picking apart people for their successes. Once again, you should support people and say, man, you lucked out. Thank you. I sure did. And really, it's the love, the support that makes us popular, along with the idiots that like to bully and harass. So it takes us all. They just get jealous, Some women look at me and they think, God, she's got it all. They're rich. I love Dan. She lucked out. Man, why does she bitch all the time? Well, I am great. I have recently become great because I put in the hard work. I wasn't this great my whole life. I have become very self-aware, and that's what makes me great. Being self-aware makes me better than the people who want to leave ugliness behind. That makes me better than you. Toot fucking toot. Because I don't do that shit. I think it's ugly. And what does my opinion help? What is the purpose of leaving what I think about people? Because if I'm leaving a nasty note, it's not to make somebody happy. It's to try to tear them down. Who would do that? Unkind, unreflecting individuals. People who claim to have empathy, people to claim to know me and know my insecurities, my vulnerabilities and such, and tell me I am that weak person. It's you that's weak. You're weak, obviously. You have the insecurities, obviously, because you're on here, my page, watching me and continually telling me how I'm doing it wrong and why I'm a failure to my family, to myself, and spewing my BS. Does that make sense? I don't think so. I don't think so. Do I think, you think we're jealous of a stuck housewife? Yes, obviously. I think you are jealous of a housewife. That's me. Toot fucking toot. I do. Especially with your harassing and your ugliness you keep writing. The only thing that shows me is you are jealous. The only thing that shows me is you're insecure. And the only thing that shows me is that you are unkind. So yes, I think you're envious of me. Toot fucking toot. They don't. Yeah. You sure about that? Yep. Timothy, I think I blocked you before. Many times. Yes, I believe it. I believe it. Again, positive people, people who give positive kindness, support, have great morals, complete ethics, and all those things. I said ethics. They don't do that. They don't do that. They don't do that. You will never see me leaving ugliness on somebody else's page. If I don't like them, guess what I do? Scroll. I would never try to tear somebody down. For what? For my gain? To make me feel better? Why? Why? Stupid. Hello, Mando, what's up? That's what shows your true character. That's what shows your ignorance, your insecurities, and your jealousy. Yes. Toot, toot. So, those of you who do what I do, toot your motherfucking horn. Toot, toot. Toot, fucking toot. That's not the point of TikTok. What's the point of TikTok, David? But to get creamed by people who are insecure? No. Grandpa's fine. West, it's fine. That's really, you get such a small, but again, the point of trying to talk to the insecure people, the people who don't notice their true worth and value, because they can change. And because of my platform that I have created with my husband and grandpa's help, y'all like to point that out, and I wouldn't have 400 to 500 people every day on here if you didn't appreciate what I said. So obviously they like my BS, and they like my normalization of things, and they like my spewing of whatever. Now, as far as the using trolls as an example, it's because I'm trying to show you with subjects of what happens and what is true and how I point those people out, because it's fitting for what I talk about every day. Believe in yourself, right? You are important. You are worthy and you matter. And once you start believing your own true value, things start falling into place. The anger goes away. You start finding happiness. And the people who come on and attack people are my prime examples of people who walk through life with their eyes closed. Because somebody who has their eyes open, somebody who has empathy, somebody who has kindness and love to give, does not troll anybody on social media. Somebody who is not miserable in their own lives doesn't do those things. People who are working on themselves, People who are striving to be better come here and watch if they like me. And if not, guess what? They leave without leaving a rude comment. They leave without leaving a rude comment because they have morals, they have ethics, and they have kindness, and it's not worth their time. How do you start believing in yourself? You repeat yourself every day. It's mind over matter. And Emily, just because this is the easiest analogy I can come up with, is this. If you ever had, sports background, then you'll know this to a T. And my kids all played competitive sports, so I always told them it doesn't matter how good your feet are, it matters how strong your mind is. If you believe that you are worthy, if you believe you are strong, if you believe you are capable, guess what? Your feet will go along with your thought process. You can have all the basic training with your feet, your hands, your swing. But if you don't think it, you won't show it. You have to believe in yourself first. The minute my daughter changed her thought process and she believed in herself, she was unfucking stoppable. She has the #1 award still in her college, hanging in the auditorium 2 years later. Once you believe it, you become it. Everything falls into your place. Once you start believing in yourself, you start loving yourself. And in turn, you start setting those boundaries and you start choosing the path that makes you happier. That's why I tell you every day, you are important, you're worthy, and you matter. Do you hear myself? Every day, Emily, I tell myself what a badass bitch I am. I tell myself those things. I've convinced myself that I am strong enough. I am important, I matter, and I'm worthy. Guess what that does for me? The repeated repetition of telling myself that allows me to be capable and successful. I'm strong, I'm important, and I am also worthy of true happiness. And my feelings are just that, mine. Donna, have a great day. My feelings are valid too. I used to push my feelings away, say it doesn't matter, but it does. Once you start respecting yourself, things start coming into play. I'm proud of myself. Affirmation is crucial to self-worth, 100%. I am proud of myself. I am proud of where I came from to where I am today. So yes, I'm gonna toot my own horn because it took me a long time to be confident. It took me a long time to be proud of myself. It took me a long time to own my feelings and to say, you know what, fuck you. These are mine. Who are you to tell me that it doesn't matter or it doesn't happen that way? My feelings are my own. Bye, Mandy. And when I started believing myself, it's self-love. And then you start thinking, you know what? Damn, I'm doing a good job. Just like the toddler going to the bathroom. Yay, honey, you get a gold star. Words of affirmation.
You can use the big boy's toilet.
Words of affirmation are crucial to self-worth. Toot fucking toot. The women that have such a hard time with me saying that and say, well, you're obviously insecure. No shit, everybody has insecurities. I've never said I am void of insecurities. But I'm not insecure about the things you think I'm insecure about. I'm my hardest critic. Are we all not our own worst critic? You don't even see the things that I see, the things that I have changed, and the things that I feel much better about. Trolls don't see that. They just look at the fucking surfacey shit and judge you for what you show. You haven't even touched the core because your eyes are shut. It's easy to see the things that are on the outside. Everybody sees that. You have no idea. So yes, toot fucking toot. Because I'd much rather be where I am today than where I was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago. I am stronger. I am wiser. I love myself more. And I believe in myself. I finally believe that I'm important. I finally believe that I matter. And I finally fucking believe that my feelings are valid. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with tooting my own horn with the growth that I have achieved? Hi, peonies. From those people that have been here from the beginning, you have seen my growth. You can look within myself and see the things at which I fixed. Not the fucking tone. The tone's been the same the whole time. Those don't matter. It's the shit that's in here. Self-worth. That's what matters. Oh, thanks, Amanda. Try looking beyond the surface shit because the truth lies within. The truth is under the fucking surface, y'all. You want to judge somebody. Judge them for what's underneath. Judge them for what's underneath. Senior, listen. Yes, your body is your temple. Treat it like that. I used to tell my kids, my girls especially, when they were growing up, I said, you need to respect yourself. Respect your body. This is your temple. It's the only one you have. Don't mistreat it. You know, don't give it away for a good time or just because you have a tingle. Love it, appreciate it, and value your worth as a woman, as a growing woman. The minute you start respecting yourself and treating it the way you should, it will come, literally, but it will happen. And guess what? Both of my girls made it. They didn't give it away to any Tom, Dick, or Harry. They waited to their first loves. And Hannah's still with her first love. So, they listened. Happy MLK Day. Man, he was a great man. Anyhow, you have to be very strong. And that's one thing I gave my all to, Angel. In the midst of my insecurities at the time, in my own issues, my self-worth, I wanted to give everything I had to my kids. I wanted to tell them, and I wanted them to know that they were responsible for their own body, right? Not letting themselves get taken advantage of or listen to that first tingle. Sometimes that first tingle is the first mistake. And it's funny because my oldest told me, she said, you know, it was funny thinking back, right, to those times where, you know, she could have easily not waited for her first love. And she's like, and then you popped up in my fucking head. Yes. Toot, toot. Toot fucking toot. That's right. Stop. Collaborate and listen. Your mom said don't, and you better listen. With eyes wide open, you too will change. I gotta go pee. Toot fucking toot. Hold on. they have to make mistakes, but that's one thing I didn't want them making mistakes with. And guess what? They didn't do it. So it was a proud moment for their mother. I'll be right back. I gotta pee. With eyes wide open, you will see the truth.
So this, the whole Peacock disaster thing with the playoffs, you had to stream Peacock. People didn't know if they had it, if you had to buy it, all that crap. Well, we had Peacock. I think we got commercials, so I think it's free for everybody. That's the first thing. But more importantly, after the game, you never remember that movie Ted, the little talking teddy bear with Mark Wahlberg and Mila Kunis, that movie? Well, that, and I think it's the Seth MacFarlane, the guy who did South Park, all the voices and stuff. That's his creation. And I just noticed they had a little series on Peacock, one season, and it is freaking hilarious. It is the funniest. It's intellectual.
Were you watching, waiting for me to get off the treadmill to come on?
I happened to be on, so I knew you were coming out. It is, if you like dark humor. I mean, they cover. I mean, there's nothing off limits in that stuff. I mean, they cover it in a way that it's cartoonish. So you can cover subjects you can't cover in normal television. And holy shit, they push every limit there is to push in the first season with every single topic, and it's done so well. It's so freaking funny. Intellectual vulgarism or intellectual sewer humor is freaking hilarious. Best thing since Shameless on Showtime. She's back. Sorry.
He's been giggling. Ted. You're watching the...
I'm now rewatching the series because it's so...
The series or the movie?
I'm rewatching the series to watch it closer so I get all the rest of the jokes.
So you already watched the first season of Ted?
I'm watching it again, and then I watched the movie, now I'm watching the first season.
He was giggling so hard this morning. I was like, what the fuck are you watching? I literally walked in there, Peacock, and I was like, Ted, really? Shameless is really good. Talk about vulgar. Talk about pushing every boundary. Shameless does it, but it was a well-written show. So if you have not watched Shameless, what are you waiting for? What the hell? So I did not get Napoleon Dynamite. That wasn't anything I ever could get into. I couldn't do it. But it's true. You either like Napoleon or you don't. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Hi, Manifest. I just laughed. Peacock! Hi, Chris. When am I going to do a dance? I can't dance. I have no rhythm. I have no rhyme. And, well, I look like your typical, stereotypical white chick. My back's okay. It's not perfect, but it's better than it was, right? Hi, Colin. So anywho, Fiona, I love Fiona. She's not my favorite in a series by Tammy. Lip, I love Lip too. Do you see that Lip is now doing a Calvin Klein commercial? So Jack Harlow though is not cute. Oh, no, that was so white girl wasted. I'm vanilla, baby. I'll choke you, but I ain't no killer, baby. No, I can't. No, I've never watched The Young and the Restless. How's my tummy feeling? So I did really well yesterday, and so far so good. So I'm gonna stick with it, and I eliminated tea. I eliminated the fried egg once again, and so far so good. I had so yesterday I'm not gonna get rid of, thanks water. I'm not gonna get rid of my chips, right? That's something that I will not get rid of. So I had my avocado toast with a hard-boiled egg and some bacon bits with Mike's hot honey. Hi, Angel. You're so sweet. In my link tree is the web address to Dan's office, and you should be able to find it there. NET, Alex. It's been upsetting my stomach. It's getting nauseous. So in the morning, I just have water, lemon. Hi, Big City. And that's it. So, and then I had my bowl of chips yesterday, and then I had some garbanzo beans, some carrots, and then I had a, what are those? I can't think. Those plant-based burgers I bought. Dan hates them, but shit, I can't think of the name. I don't know what it is, I forgot. One of those plant-based burgers, the Impossible Burger, thank you, with some cheese and a relish, and that's what I had. So far, so good. I was okay last night with my stomach. So I think not a lot of food, as you can see, but I was treading lightly, and I want to see kind of what triggers I have. Yeah, no, it's not a veggie burger. There is stuff in it, I think, but it was fine. That didn't bother me. And the garbanzo beans that I ate were really good. I loved them. They tasted really good. I am going to keep a food diary. I liked it. I don't mind the Impossible Burger. Yes, Jody, I'm thinking, but I can do a hard-boiled. The hard-boiled does not. And I think it's weird. Like, I can eat the Impossible Burger with cheese, but if I put cheese on my eggs, that fucks me up. Dill pickle juice. And I love the pickle juice. I do. I did have wine last night. I had 2 glasses of wine, only because I spilt the rest of it. You guys, it was my favorite bottle. It was my favorite bottle. Justin, his mom gets me one twice a year. I get one of my favorite bottles. She's a member of the winery, and so she gets it for a discount. Literally fucking spilt it. Half of the bottle. So oh good, Ashley. So I literally had like 2 glasses. I probably would have drank the whole thing because it's so good. But I think I poured my first glass at 4 because I was commenting and I was working and thinking of content to do with my husband. So it was great. Jessica, because I was hoping to have, 2 glasses for tonight. Because that's what I do. I split up my bottle. So I do half and half. So it lasts me 2 days. Hi, Joe. Well, I was talking about you last night with my friends and how we're so happy you're back. So I literally do that. 2 glasses and 2 glasses, so it lasts me. And I have none. I don't have anything. I think I have 1 bottle of white left, but God, I miss my mouth. And it was a good bottle. It was an expensive bottle. I literally started crying. So what the worst thing of that is, other than spilling the wine, so my island, I painted a different color. So I bet you know what's coming next. It's like a cream color. So the wine spilled down the side of it. And guess what? Yep, drip marks. Won't come out. Fuck. So that's netters. I'm gonna have to paint that fucker. And then I chipped the corner of it because I dropped the ball. Anyhow, it was I don't know. Grape juice was still stained, Jerry. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Wax paper and iron for wine? It would take the paint off. It was good stuff. It was Rombauer. It was their reserve. Shit. My favorite. Yeah, I don't know. I have to, that's the one thing when you paint your cabinets, you have to look forward to shit like that. Horrible. Yeah, it's really expensive if I bought it in the open store. Oh, good. I was worried that Hannah was going to have some traffic because it being MLK and the airports, but it's fine. How come I was following your husband? Well, now here you are. Welcome. I also have another account, Mrs. D Sal NorCal 3 Silk. So make sure you follow that too. I'm on my bigger account today, but my other account's more fun with me and Dan. 10 pounds by February, you could do it. Well, depends. You have to just be you don't want to lose weight quick, right? Because that's not fat, that's just water. So I always say you have to, just the slower the better. That means it's gonna stay. So yeah, so if you look in my video, you will see I tagged Dan in my other account. So it'll take you up there. Or my link tree, Mrs. D Sal NorCal. So the same thing you're on now with a 3. I am for cocktail hour. So you mean Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays? So Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays nights, Dan typically does his TikTok. His TikTok is his main account for a happy hour. And then I do my YouTube account while he does his TikTok. I think what I'm gonna do, just to kind of change it up a bit, because there are people who follow me here on TikTok and don't follow me on the other account. I think a couple days a week, I'm gonna do TikToks on the main account, and then the other account is where I have my subscription live. So I might make one solely subscription, and then I don't know, I'm still kind of thinking about how I wanna do it. Hi, Ziggy. I'm scared though, Angel. I don't need my paint coming off anymore than it already is. That's the downfall. How long do I run on the treadmill? I was just looking at my time right now. It's been about 54 minutes and I'm almost 5 miles in. So I will probably, once I hit the 5 miles, I'll stop and walk probably till 6. So a little bit over an hour for the most part. Yesterday I was on for a bit and I only did about 3 miles as my down day. So it just depends on the day. Like, I'm starting to get tired. I didn't sleep a lot last night because I was up talking with the girls and my son. So my I'm starting to feel kind of worn down. So anyhow, YouTube, you just try cardio boxing. I don't really like to go I really like my own space anymore. You know, the older that I've gotten, pandemic kind of fucked me up a little bit. And I just enjoy being by myself. You know, a lot of times when I'm done with my lives, I'll finish my workout, off my lives. So it's kind of nice. My speed right now is a 5.4. 5.4. Sometimes I fluctuate. Lately, for the last couple of weeks, I've been trying to keep it steady. I've been trying to up my speed while talking because it helps the lung capacity and changes up your, metabolism a little bit. So how long did it take to work up to 5 miles? I don't really know. I've been running for a long time. Bye, fat boy. Love ya. Have fun. Tell the wifey what's up. Yeah, my alone time is a must. It's a lot of energy, even talking on the lives. Quite honestly, I don't think people understand the amount of energy that you use while running, talking, reading. It's like an extra workout by itself. And it is exhausting. Like, I'm tired today. This and running and exercising today, plus the live, will poop me out because I'm already tired. So I'll probably have more of a mellow day today. Probably relax a little bit, maybe take a nap. Because tonight, Dan relies on me, just so you know, a lot for my energy. He's not like me, He can only try to get more like me when he has a couple beers in him. So for him, he likes me to kind of kickstart it, I think, and then I can kind of walk away and do my thing if I need to. But sometimes if he's not, like the other day, he was Mr. Talkative. But he likes me there because of my craziness. I think, he likes it. He relies on me for that. So I have to really work myself up for that sometimes, because at the end of the day, I am pooped. And you guys can see me towards the end of the lives. I'm like, I'm ready to go because I'm tired. So it's exhausting. It really is. So, people have this impression that social media is really easy. It's not. It's fun, but there are those things that make it a little bit more difficult. I am his security. I am his comfort level. So I really have to, and some days it's really hard for me to get on because I know, you guys expect a certain level of energy from me, and I don't always have it at the end of the day. Ed sucks a lot out of me sometimes. My lack of sleep, look at these bags, and it's hard for me. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I can do it. And he's like, oh, wait, we got to do it. And I'll get on and I'm like, all right, well, let's see where this goes. Because it's a lot. He expects a lot from me. Y'all know, like, if I'm more quiet, everybody's like, what's wrong with you? What happened? Who did it? Who said it? Trolls? Dan? Grandpa? Combination? What's wrong? So, it's hard, you guys, sometimes. I am just like you guys. At the end of the day, I might not work outside of the house, but my work inside of the house does not stop. As long also with all the, the mental shit that goes with it. Grandpa, Dan, it's so exhausting. So I do my best. Last night, I was going to try to do, it is Kelly Lynn. And people are like, I hate when people describe it. Like, you treat them like a toddler. Well, no fucking shit. No fucking shit. Not only do I treat Ed like a toddler sometimes, because you have to, my husband acts like one. So I also have to correct his behavior. It is a team effort. And that's what people don't realize, Teresa. It's so frustrating to me is when people sit and bag on me. And I think Dan, thank you guys, that's really sweet with the gifts. Dan gets so upset sometimes because he sees the ugliness that people write to me. He sees the ugliness and these, people on YouTube who literally feel justified in telling me their personal critique, their honest personal critique. And he's like, it's so mean. It's so mean that they can't see beyond their own nose. It's so mean that they can't see that at the end of the day, you are just doing the best you can. I never once talk about how perfect I am, right? I toot my own horn for my growth, not because I think I'm perfect. I never say that because I always say when people's like, you're awesome, I always say, no, take the accolade down a little bit. I am not awesome. Half of the day, if you were in my house, Haslick, you would know I am not awesome. Actually, I'm struggling. I'm dying. I'm suffocating because I'm tired and I don't want to repeat myself anymore. I don't want to talk loud. I don't want to have to yell. I don't want to have to do those things. I'm fucking exhausted. I don't want to talk. That's a true life. That is a true day. You're such a bitch. Yeah, I can be. But can't we all? Coming from somebody else who has no empathy for the caregiver. Fuck, that's ugly. Yeah, I'm not perfect. No, my tone is not touchy-feely. I talk to my dogs that way. I don't talk to anybody. Never did I talk to my kids that way either. I don't do that. That's not me. It's not my personality. So what you are doing is you are judging me based on what you see. Not taking the time to learn about my personality and know, is this something she talks to? How does she talk to? Is this necessary? You just formulate your opinions right away. I would never talk to my grandparent like that. Give your father-in-law some more respect. I am giving him respect. He's in my fucking house. I take care of him. I wash his clothes. I make his bed. I spray his sheets every other day with the antibacterial and I spritz it with lavender. I respect him. Stop looking at the surface shit that you hyper-focus on. That's not the real thing. And Dan gets mad that people are so ignorant that they can't see that and support me for what I do at the end of the fucking day and all day long. That's the important thing. Do I do it perfectly? No. And I never claim to. I never claim to be perfect. I toot my own horn for my accomplishments. What's so wrong with that? I don't think anything. I'm just lucky I have a platform to be able to do it and to help others in this journey. Simple, plain and fucking simple. That's it. Oh, look at Denise. You do nothing at all. You're lazy. Do you not see I'm on a treadmill? Denise. Okay, yeah, I'm lazy. Anyhow, again, showing ignorance. You do nothing at all. You're lazy. Well, if I was lazy, would I be on a fucking treadmill? No, Denise. Not at all. I mean, a lazy fucking person doesn't exercise. Denise. People don't like that, you know? They look at my confidence and think, because some people, right? Some people are not confident, and they look at confidence as an insecurity. Newsflash, we all have insecurities. But I am not insecure about the things you think I'm insecure about. I'm insecure about the things that are stupid. I have become so much better in my journey and myself. I am not insecure about that. I'm not insecure about my communication style. I'm not insecure about my cussing. You like it, love it, don't. Its choice is yours. I'm not insecure about my strength. I'm not insecure about tooting my own horn. I'm not insecure about the path in which I've traveled and got here today with whatever, the help of my fucking husband, Ed, whoever you want to call it. I am still here, walking the walk, talking the talk, and running the run. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Just saying. Now I'm almost at 6 miles. I'll run the rest of the way. Nicole, it's their insecurities. That is why they put people down, because they don't like strong women. They're threatened by strength. They're threatened by their vulnerabilities. Do I ever listen? No, actually. Even when I didn't have social media, I read. Yeah, it's not my favorite, Vicky. It's just what I have left of in my case. I hope. I always say, the days that I say I'm taking a nap, somehow I never get one. So I think I jinx myself. Yeah, let's call Denise. Have Denise spend a day, anybody for that matter, spend a day in my house and see how well you are. I love my language. I don't give a shit about my language, and I'm not insecure about it. I've cussed all my life, and it's just something I do. It's part of my personality. It's part of me. What's your favorite flavor? God, you know what? I like that blueberry one. I don't remember what it is. Let's just start to work out. Go slow. Start small. You know, if you have a bike and you want to bike, if you want to walk, if you want to lead up to jogging, it just depends on what you want to do. Constantly complaining, bitching, nagging, majority of the time. Well, how do you like it? Because you seem to be here, if you know. Anyhow. Arctic Blue. Do you know what I really liked? I like some of the, I'm not a fan of the peach. If you know, I'm not a peach. I don't like any peach artificial. And there it is. Who we really are. I'm not going to clean up my language. Reader, why the fuck would I do that? You just heard me tell you that I'm a fucking cusser. I am a lady. Whether I use fuck, shit, lick my asshole, and anything else, it doesn't take away my sex. I'm still female, right? I will not change because you guys don't like it. Cheryl, I slept in. Hannah was home this weekend with her roommate. They had me up, Andrew and the two girls, till past midnight, yapping my ear off. And then they left. So I stayed. I ate breakfast with them and saw them on their merry way. So, yes, if you are offended by anything I say, anything you don't like, me as a person, you don't have to fucking be here. But I am not going to change my person because of people on the internet that don't like it. That is my platform. You see what you get. Where's Kelsey? What was that thing? What was that thing? If you want more, or if you don't like more, go find less. Right? If you don't want more, go find less. If you are intimidated by my strength, if you are intimidated by my words, go find less somewhere else. Because that's one thing I'm not, is somebody to go blow sunshine up your ass and be fake as fuck. I don't believe in acting. When I talk, right, I embellish a little bit, right, to make it funny, to make it entertaining, because that's what you do. But I am as real as they come. And that's what is important to me. You want the fucking less shit, you want the phony shit, you want the fake as fuck shit, go find it. There's plenty on social media that do that. But you're not gonna find that here. Because I'm true to myself, I am true to what I tell you guys, and I'm striving every day to be the woman that I wanna be. I'm a May baby. I'm a May 5th. Dan communicates in a polite way. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't appreciate your way of communication. Do you not realize that Dan and I are in the same house, right? He's with me 24/7, literally. You realize we do videos together. You realize we do lives together. Does it look like he's offended by any of my communication? Way far-fetched comment, because obviously your eyes are literally squeezed tight. Oh, Rita, thank you. Anyhow, yeah, and honestly, it doesn't matter what you guys think of me, right? At the end of the day, it matters what I think of myself, right? It matters what I think of me. And if I don't find a problem with it, because obviously I'm still recording it and putting it on social media, do you think I'm trying to be rude? Do you think I'm trying to be mean? Obviously, think about it. If you see the same shit day in, day out, you gotta think, this just must be her personality. This must be, what Ed needs, because it changes sometimes. I change according to his moods. If I lose followers, so fucking what? Dolores? Who fucking cares? So basically, Dolores, what you want me to do is you want me to change the way I communicate my personality to gain followers? What? Doesn't make much sense, does it? Why would I change who I am to do that? Why would I do that? I'm not picking and choosing comments. I'm choosing the comments that go along with my discussion. Can you not follow? Because anyone with half a mind would see that the comments that are going along with what I am saying is what I'm choosing to speak about. Seems simple to me. Seems quite obvious if you follow along, and you're only in a 5-second delay, for the love of Pete. Y'all think about it. And when I say y'all, I mean the trolls and the negative Nellies out there. Those people, it is a consistent way of talking to him. It's consistent. It's a consistent way that I deal with him. Why is that? Why would I put something on there? You have not seen Mean Danielle yet. Because it doesn't happen all the time. It happens once in a blue moon when Ed is pissed off. That's not Mean Danielle. That's Danielle handling Ed in the way in which I see fit, because that's what works. Because I do it every day, not you. You have no idea who he is. You have no idea but what you see and what we chose to show you.
I'm gonna go get some lunch and some March.
Where are you gonna go? Jesus. I mean, you might as well keep a tab open. I said you might as well keep a tab open. It was a joke. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha. Bluetooth! Shit! Bluetooth! Bluetooth! Sorry. Bluetooth! 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 No shade, but you think you have a bit of a TikTok addiction. Maiko, do you not know how building a business on social media works? Obviously not. If you look at anybody that solely does TikTok or social media as a business, you too would notice that they are on quite frequently because that's part of the job. Yeah, seems about right. It was glitching because I had to turn my Bluetooth off. I want the praise from Grandpa. No, I don't really. I'm just showing other people how I'm barely getting by. That's it. I'm showing people how I'm barely hanging in there. I'm showing people how I am the same as you and me. I have the same struggles. I have the same frustrations. I have the same work to do on myself. I'm still doing it and will continue to do so until the day I can't no more. So it is it's a hard journey, life, and whatever throws it our way. You know, it's hard when our kids get sick. It's hard when they have an illness that you cannot protect them from. It's hard when, you know, you're in an ebb in your fucking relationship. It's hard when you have to deal with repetition all day long. It's hard when you're trying to keep yourself standing because you have your own shit to deal with. Celsius. It's not my favorite one, but this is what's left over. It's hard. It's hard. I don't need praise. I have a lot of support on here, and I appreciate the people who love me. For those of you who don't get it, I'm trying to teach you too, that you too can have self-love. You too can try to do the best you can, and you too can self-reflect and see your problems other than focusing on others, because that's what the issue is, and that's what I have trained myself to do better. I was that person too. I was that person who looked at the negative from everybody. I was negative. I was always negative. I was always in a state of judging others. And I probably would have been like the average troll. I probably would have been the average troll leaving ugliness because I wasn't happy with myself. That, my friends, is progress. That, my friends, is a toot-toot moment. That, my friends, is something that was important to me. I did not want to look at people for their faults. I wanted to look at the people for what they provided to me. I wanted to look at the positive, the love and the support that I get. I didn't want to constantly look at them for what their bad traits were, because we all have fucking bad traits. Some are insecurities, Some are just not knowing any better. Some are environmental, the way you grew up, the way you were raised, whatever it is. We all are flawed individuals. And the quicker people realize that, I'm positive you when I think I'm like, sometimes I don't think so. But that's what I try to do. That's my purpose in life. That is my purpose with the platform God gave me. Yes, Ed, that you guys like to throw in my face all the time. But I keep it up. It's my fucking hard work that keeps it up. It doesn't just do it by itself. It takes the behind the scene person to do it. And there's more to my life, thank you, Alex, than just Ed. He is part of my life. But there are so many other things that partake in my movement, my forward movement. I learn from you negative people. I learn what I don't want to be like because it's ugly. You all who write your opinions, judgments, and assumptions, it's fucking ugly. And I don't want to be like that. That's what I try to avoid doing myself. Self-reflection. Putting myself and holding myself accountable. By talking to you guys and telling you this helps put my accountability up front and center. Yes, my plan is to continue to do what I'm doing. My plan is bigger than just Ed. Ed got us here, right? We are very thankful, and Ed would love if he really understood what he did for us. Do you think Ed would support anybody for bagging on one of his main caregivers? Y'all who support Ed, y'all who look out for his way, his health, his love, his dignity, do y'all think he would, what do you think Ed would do with your fucking ugliness? Judgment is a projection. Yes, it's a projection. So while we're judging others, you're really judging yourself. Thank you, Tiffany. Ed would hate it. And I giggle about that. I'm thinking to myself, you think my husband would give you an ounce of any sort of attention bagging on me, let alone what would Ed tell you to do? He would tell you to take a fucking hike is what he would. We know you're judging me, user. No shit. But it's your own projection of yourself and your inadequacies. Look in the mirror. It's a hard thing to do, and I bet you don't like what you see back. Because how could you? How could you? Again, projection. Yeah, the username. I mean, I don't know what she says, but anyhow, or he, or she, it, I don't know. It's probably one of the people that steals our content. Oh, but someone like you should take care of somebody with Alzheimer's, right? And he doesn't have Alzheimer's, by the way. Fact check. Fact check. Appears to me that you've been around long enough to know. Yes, and I'm sure his family thinks that and everybody else, user. Open your eyes. Maybe rub them, maybe some Visine, and maybe you should clean your ears out. Anywho, there you have it. The ignorance is shining through and through. But that's okay. And hi, Big T. How are you? Who are you? Who? I really want to know. I really want to know. Why won't you answer that question? What fucking question? Lily? What fucking question do you want me to answer? A price? The fuck? Big T, you know better than that. You should report that person for harassment and scamming. Because I would. What is my business? What you see, Lily. That's my business. Social media. Thanks, Christy Lou. Social media is my business. People live and support themselves on social media. 4 times a day. Report them. Somebody want to report user 78877 for harassment and bullying? I just blocked him, but I wanted to. It's not yours. It's your husband's and father's-in-law. It's not yours. It's your husband's father's-in-law. Okay. Do you ever run outside? Nope. Never been. I've always been a treadmill runner. Because I used to read my romance novels when I ran. So, no, I'm not a big runner outside. Like, once in a while, I get my panties in a twist, and I like to, but I'm not one for doing that. It's just never been my MO. I've literally had a treadmill since my first daughter was born, and I started running before work, so I would get up at 4:30 in the morning. I would exercise and then get my kids up and take them to work with me. So that's what I do. Yeah, it's the only romance I get in my life is my novels. Yeah, so, you know, I was like this. There were days I would be running 10 miles because it was juicy. Remember those days? 50 Shades of Grey? Man, when those books come out, my miles were up high. What's my training routine? I don't really have a training routine. For the most part, I run. I just did a walk run of 7 miles. And I just do a little bit of weights. I used to do CrossFit, so I kind of integrate some workouts for my body. I did some hang cleans the other day at 65 pounds. I haven't done that since CrossFit, and my traps have been dying. They've been screaming ever since. So that just shows you how far I have declined in my my weight training. Yeah, I don't read anymore. The world is ending. Oh yeah, you know I don't use my shoes. Go Commando. No. No. The Commando is not meant for the bando down there. Yeah, it's I'm sore. I'm very sore. I used to do really heavy weights. I think my heaviest hang clean was, I love hang. I hate pulling from the floor. Hi, Big Al. I hate pulling from the floor, so I loved anything from a hang. My heaviest hang clean was 110, and I could barely do 65. I was trying to do, I gotta find my six-pack picture for you guys on Patreon, so that way you can see how rock solid my abs were. It was crazy. Like, I save it because they're fucking amazing. I go, oh God, those were the days. Yeah, anyhow. Bye, Alex, love you. But that's the thing, is that I didn't, and it's not like I watched what I ate. I still watched, I mean, I'm careful, but that was just straight lifting, you know? You lift, and that's how you get ab muscles, is heavy lifting. So, woo! Six-pack, baby. Yes. It used to be funny because a couple of Andrew's friends used to always want to, I don't know who that is. A couple of Andrew's friends used to always want to compare abs with me. And for like, I will get out of here. And they were pretty good for an old woman. Pretty good for an old woman. Bye, Linda. Have a great day. Yeah, I'm going to leave pretty soon, too. Just because I got to get shit done. And it's late. It's like already almost noon. I'm so disheveled today with all the whatever I did. And we have a live tonight, too. So, yeah, I was going to do subscriber live last night, and then I just decided I wasn't in the mood. I didn't have the energy to do it, so I didn't do it. I just was frustrated and slightly irritated, and I just didn't think I could. I had like a couple sips of wine, and normally that helps me, but it wasn't. The wine wasn't helping, and I just didn't think I was going to be my true self, which is what you guys enjoy. And I just was too tired. I just said no. And the house was quiet. I went to bed about 6:30. The kids weren't home yet. Andrew was upstairs. But I just didn't have it. I didn't have it. Do you think a lack of sleep affects? Yes. Sleep is the biggest affector to all. Hi, Heather. I'm not a big, I think it's because I run so much that I'm a little sweaty. Like my crotch sweats a lot. My pits are a little sweaty. I've never been a big sweater until menopause. But if I was doing the bike, I would sweat. Or rowing, I would sweat. It's just weird. It's how different exercises affect you. What was I saying? I forgot what I was just saying. Lack of sleep. Bye, Teresa. I upped my medication today. So I went from 5 milligrams of Lexapro, and I started to cut 1.5. So I was, whatever. Some days it was probably 7.5. Some days it was less or whatever, to work myself up to 10. And I just got my 10s in the mail today. The other day. So I took my first 10 milligram of Lexapro to help, because I've noticed that the little bit that I have upped it has helped with the anxiety a little bit better than it was. So I have been, oh really, Allie? So I was on 5 milligrams for over a year. And I just have started to feel more anxious lately. And so I think it's just time, because with Lexapro, you have to up it. So I just upped it to 10 today. This is my first day of upping it. So I'll let you know how it feels. But also, oh my God, no, hell no, Sally. It would be fun, but the getting out part is not good. Bye, Jenny Boo. So I'll let you know. I've noticed that my anxiety has picked up in the last couple months. And a lot of it has to do with the menopause shit. So I just said, fuck it. What am I trying to do? What am I trying to do? Why not, if it is helping? So I upped it to 10. So we'll see. And as I upped it, I did feel a difference, but I still am experiencing a little bit of tightness in my chest most days because of the stress and frustration of the day. So I upped it. How did you know you were going? I started at 36 because when I had my period, I wanted to kill everybody, literally. And when I went in for my checkup, I was like telling my OB, and she's like, "Oh, well, you're perimenopausal, huh?" And then now I just know, because my body slowly has been changing into this, you just know when your body's changing. You just feel it. My anxiety has picked up, the weight gain around the middle, the mood swings, the itchiness, I get I itch. My skin sometimes goes through this itching after I shower, like this nerve itch. Your odors change. There's just a wealth of, you can't eat certain foods anymore. Like my foods have changed. My gut health has totally changed. So I'm trying to figure it out. So a lot changes. And now I'm probably getting closer to the finale, right? I'm in the thick of it right now. And it sucks, just so you know. Fuck. Oh, God, it's horrible. And I'm on estrogen. So my birth control is estrogen. So, and they put me on it for hormonal regulations, and stuff still breaks through, still my body's like, yeah, no, we are fighting you. So I can't wait. Do I have night sweats? So here's the thing, because I am on estrogen, I don't really know, Uh, no, Lori, I haven't. I don't really know. Eileen, I can't wait. I don't really know if I'm like having hot flashes per se because I'm on the estrogen, right? So the estrogen kind of balances my body out. I am hotter than normal. Like I used to always be cold and I do run. Like Dan's like, holy crap, you feel, Teresa, everything can cause cancer. I really hate when, well, HRT is the same thing as birth control. I mean, I'm taking a higher dosage of estrogen. They don't make the same dosage that I'm taking now. So, no. I hate when people say that, like, oh no, estrogen causes cancer. But there's a lot of also pros and cons. There's pros and cons to every drug we take. There's pros and cons to every food we ingest from the grocery store, from farms, drinking milk, drinking, alcohol, taking FDA approved pills, vitamins, and all this other supplemental shit we try in our system. That's a poison, that shit can affect us too. But the also thing is that, birth control has also been known to help with ovarian cancer. It helps with endometriosis. It helps with a lot of things too. Just like with all the prescribed medication you're on. There's everything. I mean, stepping outside and breathing in the air we breathe in is also hard. The shit houses we live in, the list goes on. Pumping gas. Do you not see the warnings that are posted on every fucking gas tank you go and y'all, everything. And even when you walk in the fucking mall, there is a prop, whatever, on the door saying that, the chemicals in this facility can cause cancer. What? What? So it's because of the interest. Yeah. My mom, I think before she, is that Debbie Bush? Before my mom was diagnosed with cancer, she was dealing with endometriosis. Bad. And they put her on birth control. Go figure. But then, of course, she stopped when she found out that she was dying. So, what's the point? And actually, so, whatever. It is what it is. I don't just and that's the thing, is that, people are one-sided with the things that they read. Instead of looking at, like, there's the potential for anything to happen on anything we ingest and put in our bodies. People say, oh, I won't do that because that's what I heard. Okay, but there are studies for both sides of the argument, both sides for the scale. Y'all have to keep an open mind that if it helps you get through those moments, if it helps you in that time of need, I'll fucking take my risk. Yeah, and my doc doesn't believe in HRT. Doctors aren't fucking wizards either. I mean, they're very, they have their own opinions. They have their own ways of treating things. Doesn't make one right and one wrong. My doctor says, why would you do HRT? Because you're on something that is a lot more helpful and beneficial to you. Because if you're feeling this way now on the estrogen level that you're out, which is higher than HRT, why the hell would you stop that and go to HRT? What we're going to do is we're going to test you at 50. And if you're done with your period, you are going to stop the pill. If you are not, you're going to stay on it for a year. We will test you again. And if you stopped your period, you're done with the pill. So there's pros and cons to everything, you guys, but it is what it is. You have to do, ultimately, the person has to do what's best for them. That's it. That's life. That's how we get through. Most likely, if I didn't have any sort of help going through the changes I'm going through, I probably would not be able to do what I do today. And who knows, I might have, been in a 5150. I don't know. But I know that the changes that I'm going through are unbearable with the medication that I am on right now. decrease in libido. Me too. Sally, I have no libido. My libido's, what's that? Did I ever have that? So yeah, just like with the vaccines. And that's the thing, is it is what it is. Do you think my husband's happy about the lack of affection? No, I give him affection in other ways, but of course he wants more, but I'm just not there. I've been having stomach issues. I have been dealing with shit. I have been, trying to figure out why I'm in pain, at the end of the night. Like, I am not well internally until I can balance out my food. That's it. Right? So, it's a work in progress. It's a work of like why and what's changing in my body. And let me try to see if I could curtail this, knowing what I know, what seems to trigger me, and figure it out before I have to go to the doctor. So, yeah, I would love it. I wish, and that's, Erica, I'm not a doctor, that's the thing, is that it happens to work for me. There's a lot of people who have tried Lexapro. When I talked to my doctor and I said, I need something, I just went in there and I said, look, I'm a hypochondriac, number one. Number two, I've had anxiety all my life. Number three, I've also lived through panic attacks and learned how to cope with them. Number four, I used to go to counseling. I tried to help curtail my whatever was triggering my anxiety and my panic attacks. Number five, my son was just recently diagnosed with a kidney disease. Number six, the pandemic fucked me up. Number seven, in that year, while taking care of my father-in-law who has dementia, I found out my son was fucking sick. And so with all that, like, cause with the medical group that I go to, they don't just hand out SSRIs, well, we think you should. And I said, no, this is the thing. I'm sinking. I am the master of my ship, and I cannot do my job right now. I am breaking, I am falling apart, and I am literally crumbling before the seams. I need help. And he looked at me and he said, okay, well, let's try Lexapro. He said, Lexapro, it sounds like you have more anxiety than depression. So we'll start off with a 5 milligram Lexapro, and then we will try it and see how it works. And if it works, great. And if we need to change it, we can do it. So I have I done brain zaps? No. My anxiety comes out of everything. It's emotional. Anxiety is emotional, right? We take on a lot. I can't speak for everybody, but I can only speak for myself. I take on a lot of responsibility. I take on a lot of responsibility on myself, and I put it on myself because I feel like it's my job. When in actuality, I should ask for more help, and I don't. Because I have always felt that being home and having the ability to be home, it makes everything else my job. Which it doesn't. And that's not true, right? It should take more people to run this ship. But I run it. Just me. And just me alone. I deal with more of the minutia stuff throughout the day with Ed, right? Like right now he's calm. He'll probably start getting up now, so I'll probably have to go. But because he gets anxious, it's lunchtime, and he's routine oriented by the time on the clock. So I deal with that. When I'm feeding him lunch, I'm typically around, right? I'm around. I don't sit with him, but I'm around him. I'm around majority of the day, so I deal with the majority of the monotony of the repetition and the frustrating shit. He'll come in and he'll bug Dan a couple times, but not like he does me. So I do everything plus deal with that. And it's like having a freaking child, tugging on your pant leg all day long, right? You can't escape it. Dementia doesn't stop. Dementia doesn't know when you're frustrated. Dementia doesn't know when you've had enough. Ed did come up to me, and I went to grab my camera because for some reason he went and he sat down and he came up to the counter, and it was amazing because he doesn't do this very often, but occasionally he does, and he does it to me only. And I think that has a lot to do with our history. But I was very frustrated last night. It was quite evident. And normally he resets so quickly, right? He doesn't know that it's me. But guess what? he came up and I couldn't find my fucking phone, but it was amazing. He came up to my counter and he said, you know what, Danielle? And I went like this because I had been doing that all night. So I was automatically thinking, no, there's nothing you can do to help, you know? And he's like, no, 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 no. I wanted to say, I'm sorry. And I went, fuck. And then, you know, I said, sorry. And he said, I know you are trying to do the best you can, and I don't mean to frustrate you. I don't mean to make your job harder, and I know that I make your job harder every day. And then my eyes started welling up, right? My eyes started welling up. And I looked, and he goes, I mean it. I know what you do for me every day. I know I frustrate you. I know I make you angry. And just know that's not my intention. I don't want to do that to you. I understand. I understand. And I was just like, fuck. Can I get that on video? Can you say that again? It was intense. It was like he was there. It was like, you know, he had a moment of lucidity, right? And this is what I'm saying. This had been after probably he had been sitting down on the couch for about 10 minutes after my last, like, sit down, please. For the love of God, just give me a minute so I could just catch my fucking breath. And so, all right. So he literally was on his mind, right? Because he literally got up 10 minutes later and I was like, here we go again. And then he said it. He's never said anything to me like that so profoundly. Like, it hit hard. The way he expressed it, the way he, you know, shared it. And he said, I know, I'm sorry. I know I'm hard to deal with. I don't wish it upon anybody. And pretty much, I thank you for doing it every day. And I understand it's a hard job. And I appreciate it. And I said, Ed, I appreciate that. And he said, no, I mean it. I know what you do. And it's a lot. I ask a lot of you. And I said, you do. I said, but it's not you. And then he kind of giggled and he said, well, it was me. You know, it was great. And like I said, at the minute when he said, I'm sorry, I couldn't find my fucking phone because I thought it would have been just an amazing moment to have, and to have for me, you know, and he knows it. And that's what I'm saying is that, you know, so many people judge caregivers from the surfacey level shit. The surface shit is real, it's raw, and we're emotional. And it's hard to always function, even in a steady state when you watch people. Even in a fucking marriage, right? How do you do that in a marriage? I'm never consistent, right? We piss each other off, we poke each other, we do all these weird things to each other, and we just get annoyed. It's human fucking nature. But for the caregiver, and that is for a mom dealing with an autistic child or a sick child or just somebody with a disability, child, sibling, whoever you're taking care of, stop looking at the surface of the person. Stop looking at what you see and what's evident to everybody. Yes, my eyes are brown. Yes, I have big nostrils. Yes, I have thin hair. Yes, I've gotten thicker around the middle. Yes, my tone is not bubbly. That's not me. It takes a real person to see beyond that surface. And like I talked about today, it takes a real person. It takes somebody who is aware, who's empathetic, who is kind, to see that the real struggles are right here. That's what matters. I do it every day. I deal with it every day. And I keep doing it, whether I want to or not. And let me tell you, there's a lot of times I just wake up every day and I tell you guys this because I'm honest as fuck. I don't want it.
Rocky 2, FaceTime.
I don't wanna, but I do it. So does everybody else who caregives. It's not easy. So when you see Ed interacting with me, when you see our banter, when you see our joking around, that's something that we have always had together. Sarcasm, frustration, irritation with one another, control, butting heads. He's stubborn, I'm fucking more stubborn. But deep down inside, keep in mind, I'm his person. He respects me. My tone doesn't bother him at all. That's something that's been consistent my whole life with him. When I joke with him and tell him he's stuck with me, I'm stuck with him, it's because I know in that moment he's joking. I know it's fun to joke, and I know that's that old time, that time of which that's what we did with one another. It's okay. He giggled. How do you not see that? He giggled. He was smiling. It's not rude. It's our relationship. In moments like that I have with him and he tells me those things, that gives me strength. It gives me hope. It makes me understand and not feel guilty because he knows it and he appreciates every fucking thing I do for him. He doesn't give the same thing to Dan. He gives it to me. I mean, he'll tell Dan, I appreciate what you're doing for me. Dan, I really appreciate what you're doing for me. He gives me more. He wasn't sweet. He has become sweet. Last night, I didn't even tell Dan that. Last night's conversation was fucking amazing. That was a fucking amazing thing for him to say. I know what you do. I know what you put up with, and you are strong women for doing it. Doesn't take away the hardness of the day, right? It's there, but it's there. That will forever live in my head for a long time, probably forever. Yeah, he was never a sweet man, Ed. He is the sweetest he's ever been. He would never in his older years, like his before years, would ever have said something like that. Ever. So yeah, that was a proud moment for me. You know, sometimes it's the little things that keep you going. It's the little things that make you, I mean, fuck, Dan doesn't even tell me that shit. My husband doesn't even say that to me. You know, my own husband doesn't even say that to me. But he does. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Pretty fucking cool. So anyhow, hi Jen. With dementia and working in a nursing home. Well, thanks for all your hard work, because that is crazy. Well, so here's the thing. I know, but you also have to remember that Dan controls, right? Dan's the director of the show. Dan is the director of the show. You see what he wants you to see. You know, you see what he wants to remember his dad, right? As. What you see and what we show you is not what he was. The family values are there. Dan has set the standard for which we show his dad. What he wants people to see him at is and be remembered from. He's the director. Of course you assume that, because that's, again, it's assumptions, right? We go and we talk about assumptions. And you're assuming because of what you see today that he was a great father, he was a great husband. Why would anybody divorce him? You know, he seems like such a great man. Assuming because of what you see. Just saying. Still assuming. I'm not throwing shade. I'm being real. I'm being real. Why is that? Why does that bother you, Autumn? Why does that bother you? Because people get so affected when I say what you see today is not what he was like back then. Why is that so hard? Why do people attack me for saying things like that? I'm just saying the reality is what it is. And I'm trying to show you how people assume. They assume I'm rich, right? It's not true. Maybe compared to some. People assume that I'm a bitch and Dan's forced to be with me. I hear that all the time. He's only waiting for his dad to die so that way he can leave you. That's an assumption. And an ugly one at that. Do you think we got married based on the principles that one day we knew that we were going to take care of his father? Assumptions. We are all full of them. Even I sometimes have to correct myself. Why am I assuming that they are rich because of what they have? No, it's stupid. I don't know what they have in their bank. Assumptions. That is a cruel thing to say for me. Yeah, they say that all the time. I get one of those comments at least once or twice a day. Somebody on here said it. Just wait. He's forced to be with you. Somebody told me the other day on a live that he's afraid of me. And that's why he stays with me. Dan? Yeah. Yeah. Poor guy. Poor Dan. Poor Dan. Thanks, Brenda. And, you know, again, I think the people, all my supporters, I have a shit ton of supporters, and all of those people who come and support me every day, every morning, every video. I'm starting to develop my own like group of people on YouTube that come and just fill me with wonderful words of wisdom and support, and they do it to keep me uplifted. Those are people that can see, right? Those are people who have their eyes open. Those are people who see things for just beyond the surface. Those people see and understand that it's nice to tell somebody, keep your head up, you've got this, you're a beautiful soul. You know, people see that. If I see somebody struggling, if I know their job's hard, what do I tell them? I always say, thank you. You're amazing. Thank you for that. You know, I try to do things to that when I'm out in public for everybody I come in contact with, all the workers, the people who, checkers, whoever, anybody that asks me to do so, or I ask help, I always make sure to say something nice to them as an appreciation for their hard work in dealing with assholes every day. All we can do is work on ourselves. That's all we can do.
in my Walmart orders here. So you are worthy, you are important, and you matter. And your feelings are just that, yours. Own them, appreciate them, appreciate them, and grow from them. That's all I can say. Just try to relax on the reactions to them, because those get us in trouble sometimes, and we're just human. We fuck up all the time. But anyway, I love you guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you tonight. Bye. And thank you to all of the people who get me, who see beyond my surface.